maybe some things that are going on off the court / field or whatever your athletic arena is. And this week, Daimeon, let me start with my all things sport MVP. Look no further than the Golden State Warriors, Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson had a heck of a series in the Western Conference Finals. Heck of a Western Conference Finals for him, and more specifically, Game 6, when it looked like the Warriors were out of it, like they were going to be eliminated by the Thunder. You know, you had Russell Westbrook, Kevin Durant playing out of their minds. Those guys looked poised to close out the series in 6. All Klay Thompson did was hit an NBA playoff record 11 threes and have 41 points. He was the only reason that Golden State was in the game at that point. Ice water in his veins, not only in that game, but throughout the series. He looked pretty much unguardable for the series, and I know a lot of credit goes to Steph Curry, and a lot of credit is deserved by Steph Curry. But Klay Thompson, for your performance in the Western Conference Finals this year,
you the real MVP.
So salute to you, Klay Thompson, for your heroics in the 2016 Western Conference Finals. You get my all things sport real MVP for this week.
Yeah, Klay Thompson, Pierre. Tremendous Western Conference Finals, man. Really put Golden State, like you said, on his back in Game 6, and also had a pretty damn good Game 7. Hell of a series for that young man. He's also bringing light-skinned dudes back with goatees and temp fades. So just for that reason alone.
Don't wake me, I'm dreaming.
For that reason alone, Klay Thompson is a real MVP. Now I'm gonna keep with
the greatest light skinned brother of all time, Christopher Williams.
Hold up, it's a tie between Christopher Williams and Al B. Shore. Come on, don't forget about
Oh, wait a minute, I forgot about Al B. Shore, man. Wait, but for real though, Christopher Williams was in New Jack City though, man. Kareem, the educated brother from the bank. Kareem Akbar.
Yes, sir.
Educated brother from the bank.
Man, I have to digress, but I want to keep it on the NBA theme for our real MVP. Like you had Klay Thompson as your real MVP. My real MVP is going to be in the Eastern Conference, man. Game 4 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Toronto Raptors, man. First, games 1 and 2, man, Cleveland pretty much did what they wanted to do, man. Controlled that series, blowout victories for the Cavaliers in Cleveland. Go to Toronto, and, Toronto flips the script, man. DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry have great games in games 3 and 4. And a little known big man Bismack Biyombo had tremendous games in Game 3 and Game 4 for the Toronto Raptors. Insert Cleveland Cavaliers goon Dante Jones, who gave Bismack Biyombo a little nut shot, little nut jab, at the end of the game, man. And I think that nut shot pretty much, turned the series around. Bismack Biyombo was nowhere to be found, nowhere to be heard of.
You're not gonna do this
for the rest of the series. So my real MVP, because come on, man. Bron said he paid the fine. Bron sent Dante Jones in to hit Bismack Biyombo in his crown jewel, so to speak. And Bismack was no longer the same after that nut shot. And they say nobody beats the Biz, but Dante Jones beats the Biz. He paid for it with a 1-game suspension. And that pretty much turned the series around for the Cavaliers. They go on to win Game 5 and go on to win Game 6, both in blowout fashions. And now they're taking on Golden State in the NBA Finals, man. So my real MVP for this week's podcast goes to none other than Dante Jones of the Cleveland Cavaliers.
You the real MVP.
And the Bull City theme just continues, man. Dante Jones, that's his problem. He spent too much time in Durham, man. He went to Duke. He hung around the wrong folks out on 9th Street and ventured out to other parts of Durham, and now he doing stuff like this, man. It's unbelievable, man. Don't mess with people from Durham.
Yes, sir, man. Beautiful way to end this week's edition of the All Things Sport podcast. We have had so much fun, just pretty much, man, doing what we love, man, talking about sports.
crazy. I'm dreaming.
You're not going to get me to believe that Christopher Williams is a more influential, light-skinned brother than Al B. Shore, man.
Wait a minute, man. Y'all ain't know I had the pipes like that. So leave me alone.
All right, okay. It's enough of that, buddy. Enough of that, buddy. Man, as always, download the podcast. Download the YouTube channel, subscribe to the YouTube channel, download the blogs on banksboy.com. That's BANKSBOY.com. You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Sports by Daimeon. Follow Pierre on Instagram and Twitter, also in_my_humble. Pierre, man, great show. I had a great time, man. I'm really sleep deprived, man. I got a 3-week-old at home, man. I'm working on about an hour and 45 minutes of sleep. It's real out here. I feel like I'm pledging again, man, without, it's real. It's definitely real, man. Need to take a nap, but it's not going to happen. I think I hear young Loxley in the background, and she is another light-skinned person who thinks that she runs the world.
Shout out to all the listeners, man. Thank you so much for all the love that you show us, for continuing to go to banksboy.com. Want to remind you that on the YouTube channel, Daimeon Banks, with his first video production, putting up the trailer for the Vad Lee story, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Make sure you go to the YouTube channel, the In My Humble YouTube channel. Check that out. Show that video a lot of love. Daimeon, you got skills, man.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. I appreciate it, man. And shout out and kudos to you. You put your master's in broadcast communication from Appalachian State University to good use. Taught me in about 2 hours how to edit. A quick editing, lesson, by Pierre, man. So thank you for showing me how to edit. I put those editing skills to use. Have been following Vad Lee all season during his senior season at James Madison University. Gonna do that documentary on him for the upcoming football season as he continues his professional football career.
Yes, sir. And as always, thank you so much for listening to the podcast. For my big bro Daimeon Banks, I'm Pierre Banks. We'll holla at you.